Hey, how's everybody doing out there? This is Craig from Stumpy Grumscale Speed Shop, and well, the Revell 1967 Corvette 427 is done. It was a really nice kit. Everything went together really well. No problems to speak of. Maybe a couple of self-induced little hiccups, but you know, that happens pretty much with every kit. The only thing I would say about this, a little bit of fair warning, would be when you, let me get the instructions here real quick. I can explain it a little better. It shows here when you put the body on, okay, you're going to want to put the front on first, and you're going to have to pull the bottoms of your body apart a little bit to get over the fender wells that are in there and everything. So do the front first, spread those out a little bit, be careful with it, and the back end will tuck right in at the end. So just a little tidbit on doing that. Also, what I found right here, it calls for you to put the exhaust on right there. I didn't glue it down right away. I just kind of left it there to match up later on when you install the engine here. You do all this stuff, then you put the engine in, and then you line up the exhaust, and then you glue them into place. That gives you an idea where to glue it down. So that's about that on that. Everything else pretty much go by the instructions with, but might be a little bit easier on you if you do it that way, you know, or not. Your choice, but just try to help you out. Anyways, without further ado, here she is. So I painted this one in Tamiya TS11 Maroon, and I cleared it with their TS13 clear. I gave it the wet sand, polish, and wax treatment. Then I applied bare metal foil to the back windows here, and we'll bring it around to the front window. Bare metal foil for the trim. I deepened the panel lines like I showed in my tutorial video, and these Tamiya black panel line accent to draw out the lines. Funny thing about the gas cap here, what I did was I forgot that the kit actually included a gas cap on the chrome tree, and I ended up using a hole punch and cutting a hole in a piece of bare metal foil and then trimming around it to make that ring there. Right there. And then I applied the cross flag decals, and then I cleared it. And as I was doing other things, you know, getting toward the end, I realized, oh, there is a gas cap in there. So my bad on that one. It still looks pretty decent, but so overall, I think it's a pretty cool looking car. I did, just before I made this video, probably an hour and a half before I made the video, I decided that I wanted to put on the kit red line decals. Felt like the black walls needed something, so I put those on just right at the last minute too. I did add spark plug wires to this one. You can see the radiator hose. Get a decal for that writing on there, pretty slick. And you can see the heater hose on the other side. Let me spin this thing around and get you to the other side here. And there you can see the other side. Did not come with the distributor. you get that distributor cover, so I just drilled holes in it. You can't tell. I think it looks pretty good. And your heater hoses, everything else. See, the lower radiator hose has the decal for the writing as well. Now for the heater hoses, I use a new to me product that I got from Hobby Link recently. It's a 1mm width cable. It comes in a 2-meter length, and it just has that kind of hose look to it. The coloring and everything like that, more of a satin matte color. I had been using this stuff here that I got from Hobby Lobby. I get a 1mm length. This one was in 3 yards. It's leather cord. It's a little shinier, so you gotta either put a matte coat on it or paint it over with a matte black to knock that down a little bit. But first time using this, and I think it's great. I really like it. I'll be buying more of this when the time comes, that's for sure. Now for the interior, I just used brown craft paint for the steering wheel. And the window cranks and doorknobs there I painted Molitel chrome with a brush. The trim part I did use bare metal foil. Now for the headlight bezels, I brush painted Molitel chrome. And then I used a hole punch and my hobby blade to trim around the decals to slip them in there. I did not use them as a decal. I kept the backing on them and just glued them into place with Mod Podge. The glove box door there, I did use bare metal foil. The horn button is a decal. Brush painted Molitel for the center console. You get a radio decal. Might be hard to see. I did use black embossing powder for the carpet. These details you can't really see once the car's put together, but you know it's there. And in the back area there, bare metal foil for the seat trim. And for the exhaust, I mentioned in the kit unboxing that it has these exhaust tips, but they're skinny, real skinny. So I just took a piece of 1/8 inch styrene tubing, cut a couple little small pieces off, used my hobby blade to cut them at an angle there, and I painted them, once again brush painted with Molitel chrome. I think those look much better than the skinnier exhaust pipes they give you. Not overly knocking them, I just think these look a little better. Better shot at the red line decals. The center cap, you get the center cap decals too. So anyways, like I said, this is a pretty good kit. Goes together real well. It makes a real nice replica of a 67 Corvette. My favorite body style. Really like this body style. Now all they need to do is release the 67 convertible kit, which I think they will do pretty soon. They've been pretty good about re-releasing all these kits and stuff on a regular basis, so hopefully we'll see that soon. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Stumpy Grump Scale Speed Shop.